Hello, fellow VO lifers, and all of you out there hacking away in the world of voiceover. I get a lot of messages a day asking about the online casting platforms. Which one should I do? Which one should I try? And let me put this out there, and this is not telling you don't go on any of them. You do what you want to do. It's your money. Do what you want to do. I would rather see you invest $500 in coaching. And and here's your thing. You're all in a hurry to get the work. You want the work now. I want to get the work. Why am I not getting the work? I've done some samples. I got a demo. I'm not getting any work. Even if you go on there and audition, you still probably won't get any work unless you were just the unicorn. And maybe you are. But you know what? There's no such thing as unicorns. So I don't know. What I'm getting at is this. It's not going to solve your problem to be on there. Your problem may be you need to learn the business more first. You need to become a really good voice actor first. Well, how can I do that if I'm not booking any work? How did a doctor learn to be a doctor? Slowly. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Take your time. Slow down. Slow down. You don't have to be on there because you see everybody else is. You don't have to be doing what everybody else is doing. Do everything quietly in the background, and then all of a sudden in 3 or 4 years, you burst out and you've got agents and you've got work and all this is going on, and then you can say, yeah, it was worth it. Right now, it doesn't feel worth it because you're not getting paid. We are groomed in our society to be rewarded for what we do. If it's work, and this is work, when you are learning, you are training, you are doing all these things, it is work. Where can I go do anything to get paid? Heck, try ACX. Try to do some books. If you want to practice, go read those audio books on that royalty share thing. If you can win them, it's harder to win those now. But go do that if you have this thing of, I've got to get paid. I'm no longer on Upwork. My profile is gone. I started there and I made $30,000 in my first 2 years. I couldn't do it after that because what it was, I had a mentality of filling my day with work. And it was the wrong mentality. It's okay if you want to make squat and work yourself to death 8 hours a day, but I don't think you can even do that anymore. You could. Or on the other hand, I've seen people post they made $50,000, but they're working themselves to death. They're doing 1,000 jobs to make that, and what does that tell you? I did 50 jobs this year, I'd rather do, 50 jobs and make that much than do 1,000. That's just me. But what you need to do when it comes to these platforms is don't worry about it. If you're not on there, don't worry about it because everything you're hearing that's bad about them is true. Everything you're hearing about them that's good about them is true. It depends on who the person is. Me, I hate them. I hate them because I don't like doing a ton of auditions for nothing, so I stopped. I only go through there, and really it's eventually going to be a waste of time to even go look at those auditions and just say, well, I can do that one, and that's it today, only 2. I would rather have a basket of auditions that are tailored to me. From production houses that like my voice that I have directly emailed who send me auditions, from agents who know me and know my limits and what I do as a voice actor, and they send me auditions that are in my age range, in my voice print. They are for me. I would rather have that and have good opportunities than to be what I'd like to say as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning with the best relief pitchers up there firing fastballs at you. And you're going to foul a few off, which means somebody will listen. You might eventually put the ball in play and get on a short list, but your chances of knocking one out of the park are pretty slim. This business is hard. Please understand how hard it is. And please don't get frustrated and get upset and get down. It's just hard. And if you're not dedicated to putting in the training and not having that reward for a long, long time, no checks in the mail, no money in PayPal, it's changed. I keep saying you can't do what I did. You can't do what a lot of my friends did. If I could use an example, and this is somebody that made all their money on voices.com the first couple of years. Now they're making all their money on Voice 123 and making a lot more money and through their agents. They don't even fiddle with voices.com anymore. They made the transition over and it worked. But you know what they never did? They didn't ever do Fiverr work. They didn't ever do Upwork stuff. They trained, they worked at it, they had a background to do this, and it worked. Everybody is not going to make it. Everybody's not going to make decent money. A lot of people are going to make a handful. It has to become a hobby. And if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. But don't worry about all this other going on with these people are doing this and they're making that and they're doing this. Don't let that eat you alive. It will take away from your attitude and you will come across as desperate every time you read an audition. You're going to sound like, you're just going to run through them and you're going to sound desperate. Don't do that. I don't have a magic wand. I don't have a magic formula, but this is the advice I can give you, and it's all I got. I wish I had better because I know so many people reach out all the time and they're really looking for me to be able to tell them something that will fix everything. Folks, I've only been doing this for 5 years, a little over 4 years. Not 5 yet. It'll be 5 this summer or fall. 5 years in. There's a lot of people 5 years in that aren't making a living at this. They've not been able to go full time. It's not their, may not be their fault. Maybe their situation. Maybe they don't want to go full time. Maybe they love their real job, their other job. Not ready to do it. Maybe this is going to be a retirement thing. Maybe it's a hobby. That's okay. I got in this to go full time, and I set my nose to the grindstone, and I made it the way I made it. I wish I could give you that blueprint and say, do this, and it'll work for you. It will not. It will not. If you want to try it, you can try it. I'll tell you what I did. I'll give you an outline of what I did. You can read it in the documents that I post on the group page in VO Life on the Facebook page, but it probably won't work for you. The work's not there like it was in 2020, 2021, where I could do all these YouTube narrations and all this stuff and put money in the bank and pay for coaching and do this and do a little better and do a little better and build. And then when the time came in January of 22, sure. Was I ready? Nah, I wasn't ready. I was still coaching hard. I was still doing talk, but I was filling a lot of my day with cheap work. And it was work that nobody was going to hear. It wasn't work that was out there on voices.com or Voice 123 or agents had. This was the work that it was, YouTube narrations mainly. I did a lot of YouTube channels. I think I said the other day, my last count, I was at like 7,000 narrations on YouTube. 7,000. About 4,000 of those were in my first 2 years because I had about 3 or 4 channels, and a couple of those sent me one to 3 scripts a day. It was cheap, $25 a pop, but take $75 a day when you've got nothing coming in, and then you add in a few more things on top of that. My goal was to try to make at least $150 or $200 a day. It was tough back then. And now I've got a daily and weekly goal, and I usually make it. December was a terrible month, so January's been a terrible getting paid month. And I get down over that. I'm in this for the long haul. But, man, I have my down days. I have my down days like everybody else. But please, don't compare yourself to everybody else because it's going to be different for you. If you work hard and you train hard and you learn hard and you're getting good feedback from your coaches, your time's coming, but you're going to have to ride the slow jog. It'd be like if I had to leave here today and get to Nashville on foot. Man, it's going to take me a long time, but I'd have to pace myself. I'd have to do what I can do to get there. I'd have to be smart about it, or I ain't going to make it. All you can do is the same thing. Pace yourself. One step at a time, one bite at a time. And I'm sorry it's not better advice, but it's all I got. See ya. Good luck. I love you. I'll try to help you. But man, things have changed.